attention to a little document put out by Baldwin Spencer. I know you don't have it yet. This is his manifesto. And I look in the manifesto. Prime Minister Spencer with South African's President Thabo Mbeki. Prime Minister Spencer with Secretary General of the United Nations Ban Ki-moon. Prime Minister Spencer with big leaders and so on. But I look in the whole manifesto and I see nobody there from Grace Farm or Green Bay. And you know why? He has no regard for poor and ordinary people. And that is why you have the doctors out there. He said, let them turn up in the sun. Let them tap out there. Sun will burn them. And we are saying, we want a leader to unite the country. We want to end spite and hatred in Antigua. We want our people united. And I want to ask him again, in February 1999, who went to Barbados and collected $1 million US? And I also want to ask him, October of 2006, when he went to New York with a delegation from the Abbey, and he got a contribution from the mayor of Mount Vernon, and that contribution was to break down Cancer Palace and put up something down there. Where the money gone? And you know what he said? What happened at the General Council meeting? When the treasurer resigned, he got up and said, trust me, man, trust me. You know, I don't have to tell you where the money gone, just trust me. And that is what he's coming back to say. Just trust me for another 5 years. I don't do anything in Grace Farm, but just trust me for another 5 years. But I want to tell you why they must go. They must go because of the excessive taxes they put on us. They must go because they have no caring and love in their heart. They must go, and in this constituency, they must go because we have a caring man in the person of Asad Michael. And I want to tell you why I say that. Prior to the last election, I approached Asad Michael and he arranged a government loan for me. And I told him point blank, I'm not supporting you in this election. And was he spiteful? He still called me. We are still friends. But that is not the situation with Joan. And I want to ask Joan one question. Where were you on the night that Asad Michael building burned down? And who is the man that called you the next day at 6 o'clock and say, the job is done, we want my money? 6 o'clock the next morning, a phone call, the job finished, $4,000 at stake. And this is what they want me to continue. And you know, there was a little discussion about me. And when the sponsors of Serpent tell him to attack King, he said, look, he had to attack King. He had. But they said, go back and play the tape man and attack King. And he so foolishly come and attack King about something with numbers. You recall in Berlin I said that to plant 2,000 acres of cotton in Antigua is equivalent to planting the whole of Florida. Well, 2,000 acres in Antigua is 2.85 of the whole area of Antigua. And the area of Florida, compared to the United States, is 1.8 something, less than 2%. And not only that, it is impossible to find 2,000 acres of lands to plant cotton. We plant cotton at Gaynors. We plant cotton up in Willikers and near to Comfort Hall, up in Freetown. You cannot find 2,000 acres. And they also said they're going to plant 1,500 acres of pineapple in the south. That is also impossible. They just want to fool you because they feel you're dance. And that is why he hasn't done anything in Great Farm, because he feels Great Farm people fooling. And there was a discussion about me also. And Lovell and Chaku said, we shame a king. Imagine Kingburn ALP platform. But I just want to ask Mr. Waka Chaku, who was the man who got convicted for wounding a policeman during the teacher strike? Was it Anthony King? The police always complain about Anthony King. No matter what I'll do, I'll throw you in a truck, I'll beat you up, and you never throw a pebble. Can Mr. Chaku Waka say that? And I want to ask Mr. Lovell a few questions. In 1981, I went to Cuba with Howard Lovell, and we discussed cultural ties, scholarship, accreditation. How come now you have this little boy from Rural North saying the doctors cannot be registered because the Cuban university does not accredited? We settled that matter in Cuba, me and you, Mr. Lovell, 1981. And I want to ask another question. How come when you go to cabinet, you don't want Joanne and Jackie? How come you go in the cabinet, you don't want them? How come you don't want them that there's a rapist in the cabinet? How come you don't want them that? How come you don't tell us that you arranged a payment of $10,000 to pay off for what the rapist did? How come? So I must be ashamed because I stand up for the people, and some people say I jump from party to party. I'm always on one party, the People's Party. I work for poor people, even when I was not working. Anybody can call me to do anything. That is Anthony King. I'm not like Chaku Waka, who is taking $17,000 out of the treasury every month for doing nothing. I work for the people, and the people of town know who I am. I don't have to come back and say what I did. And I want to tell you finally before I go, because of the constraint of time. I could talk to you until morning, but there are lots of other speakers behind you. I'm not saying that Lester Bird and Labour are perfect, but I'm saying you're safer with Labour. I'm not saying that they are saints, that Gaston Brown and them are saints, but I'm saying there is better on this side than on that side. On that side they preach hatred, spite. On this side we are preaching unity, love and understanding. We have to redeem Antigua. Antigua belongs to all of us. You are safer with Labour. Stay with Labour. For the first time, I am going to vote Labour because I copied an X for Max. Good night until I come again.
Comrades, did you hear the gentleman? Ah boy, mouth open, Tory jump out right then. Wow. Tonight looks beautiful, you can't even see the grounds for the red. It is a good night. And that is why the man who loves, cares for, have given of himself for how many years to the people without partiality. This man is the man who owns and control, and you will put back in his hand the control of the City West. You know from that constituency there's nobody else but him. He's the best. I'm talking about none other than the leader, our leader of the Antigua, deputy leader of the Antigua Labour Party. I didn't say anything wrong just a while ago. Hey, welcome the Honorable Boston Brown.
We're